So I've talked in some depth about my recovery, how I got there, and then what it kind of looks like now that I'm in the thick of it. But what does that actually look like for somebody who wants to get to that point? So let's talk about it. And I'm going to use a variety of different psychological, spiritual terms, all of it, because I really live in all of that. And our nervous system is essentially our inner child, right? For me, that's the best way to connect to my nervous system, is figure out what is going on with that inner child of mine, because the actual physical child that was having that lack of support, safety, love is the child that essentially had to start engaging in maladaptive daydreaming to survive, right? So that child has already grown up, but there's still that inner child, the nervous system, that needs to kind of settle and process everything that's happened, feel understood, and feel safe enough to go from survival mode into thriving. And so my favorite way to have gotten through this is therapy, right? Because what therapy allows you to do is to go from, oh, stuff happened and it got loaded in and it's bouncing around inside, causing anxiety, depression, PTSD, maladaptive daydreaming. And it's causing all these horrible physical, internal, emotional symptoms constantly. And it's making me really uncomfortable. And by processing your brain, you're giving your brain the option and the opportunity to like absorb it and fully comprehend and process what actually happened. And then it's not bouncing around in there. Those things become less painful. And then all those physical, emotional, discomforting symptoms start to fade away, right? That nervous system starts to calm down. For me, therapy is amazing. Talking through stuff in a safe space is like just the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. But for some people, it might be journaling, right? And there might be other ways as well, but really it's about getting it out so that your brain can understand and process it and be like, okay, it's here, it's settled. And then as you're kind of going through that, right, you start to leave survival mode and, well, first victim mindset, then going into survival mode, and then, you know, kind of getting to that point where you're going from surviving into thriving. And so as I kind of started to cool down my nervous system, I started to engage that inner child, have conversations with them, do meditations, where I started to teach them that they're safe, they're comforted, they're loved, right? There's a safe space for them, they're heard and understood. And I mean, I'm giving those things to myself really, but this is just the way I'm doing it. And then pretty much once that happens, that inner child can start to have more, you know, better emotions versus constantly crying all the time, to finding joy and enjoying life. And that's when you start to learn to do, oh, these are the things that I like to do in life.